Celebrities and the Church of Scientology seem to go hand in hand. And actor Tom Cruise is arguably the world's best-known celebrity Scientologist.
She said, so I really want to understand who you are. And I said, okay. I said, well, I'm a Scientologist.
This is Cruise in a video made for a Scientology event that was leaked onto the internet last year.
There's nothing part of the way for me. It's just...
Tom Cruise first burst onto the scene in a pair of white socks and not much else in risky business. Then he was a fighter pilot, a bartender, and by the time he uttered those now immortal words in Jerry Maguire,
You complete me.
he'd become the most successful movie star on the planet and deeply involved in Scientology. Amy Scobie was a member of Scientology for 27 years. She was a church executive who helped expand Scientology's outreach to celebrities. Presbyterian Church doesn't have a wing that emphasizes reaching celebrities. Why do you think there was this emphasis on celebrity?
One of the purposes of Celebrity Center is to make celebrities walking success stories of Scientology.
How are you? Good to meet you finally.
Tommy Davis is the Director of Public Affairs for the Church of Scientology. His mother is the actress Anne Archer,
Get out! I want you out of here! I want you out of this house!
who was nominated for an Academy Award for her role as a betrayed housewife in the film Fatal Attraction. Why was there this exceptional approach to celebrities?
Well,
What's the purpose for that?
What you have in Scientology is you have a lot of artists who are Scientologists. Some of them are well known. The Celebrity Center, which is the arts and culture branch of the church, first began. It was actually founded by, and gotten going by Scientologists who are artists.
Scientology was founded by science fiction author L. Ron Hubbard in the early 1950s. One of the key practices in Scientology is auditing, which is a kind of counseling session in which a person's unconscious thoughts from painful experiences are purged, often with the help of a trained auditor and a device known as an e-meter.
In this e-meter, this electrometer, which works on the same principle as a lie detector, even though they say, no, this isn't a lie detector, but it's the exact same principle.
Bruce Hines left the church in 2003 after 24 years.
But it indicates some kind of electrical pulse.
Yeah, it sends a current through your body. And the theory is that when you have emotional charge, it changes the resistance of the body. So that changes the current, and it makes this needle move.
Has the e-meter ever been subjected to randomized clinical trials to assess its efficacy?
I have no idea. I don't know why it would be. It works in Scientology, and that's what people use it in. I don't know why it would be subjected to random clinical trials. It's been tested and used repeatedly and extensively.
Because it's a mechanism for therapeutic care, you just said.
In a religion.
But has it ever been tested objectively, is what I'm asking.
I mean, it gets used every day by Scientology counselors.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking...
To my knowledge, no. And as far as evidence of the e-meter and its efficacy, the evidence of that is in those Scientologists who have used it to great benefit. And as far as the Church of Scientology is concerned, it's the only evidence that matters, is the people and the results.
From the start, L. Ron Hubbard set out to attract celebrities, believing high-profile public figures would be its most effective evangelists. Can you recall any celebrities who came into the centre when you were there?
I met John Travolta, Kelly Preston, Priscilla Presley, Lisa Marie, Edgar Winter, Isaac Hayes, Tom Cruise.
After Hubbard died in 1986, David Miscavige became the church's leader and soon embraced Tom Cruise with great fervour. But I guess it's helpful, isn't it, if you're an organisation with an individual as well-known, as famous, as successful as Tom Cruise?
Sure,
he's a good advocate?
Well, look, I think anybody who would complain about having successful, well-known, happy people be members of their group,
Sure.
I think you'd be crazy to complain about that.
Hines says he helped prepare for the arrival of the church's most celebrated new member, who decided to fully commit to Scientology by staying at the international base in California for a few months of services.
I was part of the preparations where David Miscavige brought Tom Cruise to the international headquarters.
And Hines says nothing was to be spared.
He had the very best auditors and the very best people looking after him. Just the best treatment that anyone could possibly get, so that he got a favorable impression of Scientology.
Marty Rathbun left the church in 2004 after 27 years. He was a top lieutenant to David Miscavige.
Did you audit Tom Cruise?
Yeah, extensively.
So they were given what? A celebrity environment? Pampering?
You got it. You got it.
And who was doing that?
Miscavige, man. I mean, that was his thing. It's all about image. He's flying across the country in Tom Cruise's jet. It's all about living the high life and being a powerful guy who is looked up to by the rich and famous.
Tommy Davis says the church does not indulge or pamper celebrities.
Here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
In recent years, Tom Cruise has been more confident about publicly asserting Scientology principles, particularly its rejection of psychiatric medicine.
But that's what she went on the antidepressant for.
But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that that isn't real.
Rathbun says the Tom Cruise he now sees on TV is not the Tom Cruise he once knew.
Watching my Matt Lauer, and I go, that ain't Tom Cruise, that's David Miscavige. That's not the Tom Cruise I knew 2 years ago.
You're referring to the moment when he attacked Brooke Shields for suffering postnatal depression and
attacked Matt Lauer. I mean,
for not understanding.
He is talking to Matt Lauer like David Miscavige talks to his staff. You're glib, man. You don't get it. You don't understand, you know.
Aren't there examples where it works?
Matt, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is.
Do you support what Tom Cruise said on the Today Show?
I support anybody who's going to be out there talking about the dangerous effects of drugs.
But with the greatest respect, Mr. Davis, Tom Cruise is an actor. He's not a medical academic. He's not a clinician. Do you really think he's qualified to denounce an entire field of medicine?
Well, I think your comments right there are actually quite degrading of actors and artists. What right do they have? They have every right.
Cruise is one of many celebrities who've joined the church. In 1998, actors John Travolta and Kirstie Alley told ABC News how much Scientology has helped them.
The basic thing that I think Scientology helps people with is to rehabilitate their own spirit, their own nature, their own personality that was sort of buried or lost somewhere along the way.
It's given me all aspects of life back to me, where I can move through life confidently. I can move through life feeling fulfilled. I look forward to life every day.
Recently, speculation has swirled about Travolta, who famously produced and starred in the film Battlefield Earth, based on a book by L. Ron Hubbard.
Well, man is a primitive species, so we'll need something primitive for leverage, like food.
Did you audit John Travolta?
Yes.
What sort of a man was he?
He's a wonderful man. He's a great guy. He's one of the most loving persons you ever want to meet. Sensitive, caring.
It was at the family's island retreat that John Travolta's 16-year-old son, Jet, who had autism, died from a seizure in January.
As you know, Mr. Travolta and his wife suffered a very great tragedy recently. Do you know if the church ever advised them not to allow their son to receive certain medications for conditions?
Absolutely not. Never happened. The church never advised them in any way, shape, or form whatsoever on any aspect of their son's treatment. Never have, never will.
The tragic death has led to tabloid speculation that John Travolta might leave the Church of Scientology, something the church and Travolta's publicist fiercely denied. Just last week, John Travolta, his wife Kelly Preston, and Tom Cruise were at a major Scientology celebration in England.